We all know it's bad to have poop in our drinking water.
Or gasoline, pesticides, copper, lead, arsenic, radioactive substances, even rocket fuel.
The concentration of chemicals in some places is so high that you can literally light the water on fire.
Just give it a second. Whoa.
The Environmental Protection Agency tells Congress 96% of the problems are in small communities. Schools are a big concern. The Associated Press reports 1 in 5 with their own water supply have violated standards.
Well, right now we don't have any direct monitoring requirements at schools.
Lawmakers say EPA's new plan must be more than just words on paper.
The vast majority of this committee expects you to take action to protect our kids and our families, and anything less than that we'll consider a stall.
A local woman in the national spotlight telling her story about the water quality in her community.
Today, the woman who lives in Boone County appeared on the Dr. Oz show, and as News Channel 3's Will Jones reports, she says her family and neighbors have suffered a lot of heartache as a result of the drinking water in Printer.
It's an hour, I think.
Surrounded by her neighbors.
We're like first 10 minutes there.
All eyes were on Jennifer Hall Massey as she made her national television debut on the syndicated show Dr. Oz.
Jennifer's with us today. Thank you for coming.
You're welcome. Thank you for having us.
The show focused on dirty drinking water in America. Jennifer shared her story about the problems with the drinking water in Printer, a community where many depend on well water. Their drinking water looks like this, and she says it's making people sick, including her children.
Ryan had reflux, an extreme case when he was an infant. Clay had eczema really bad all over his face, his legs, his arms.
Worst of all, Jennifer blames her brother's death on the drinking water. She says he developed a brain tumor like several of her neighbors, and as she watched herself on television, tears flowed from her eyes.
Hopefully it will save a life. Maybe someone can realize, before they lose their loved one, that they're, drinking toxic water.
Me, as a parent, I feel more comfortable giving her bottled water.
I drink Poland Spring, and that water is clean, it looks clean, it tastes clean, and it's like, it's clean. Yeah. It's clean.
Bottled water, we were told, is cleaner, safer, healthier.
Another of nature's gifts you can use to do something healthy.
We took 5 bottles of national brands of bottled water and a sample of tap water from this drinking fountain in the middle of New York City and sent them to microbiologist Aaron Margolin to test for the bacteria that can make you sick, like E. coli. What did he find?
There was actually no difference between the New York City tap water and the bottled waters that we evaluated.
The labels on the bottles do suggest they're special. Some show mountains or polar bears, but many of the names are wondrously misleading. You have to look at the fine print to find out that Everest water is not from Mount Everest, it's from here, Corpus Christi, Texas. Glacier clear water is not from a glacier, its source is tap water from Greenville, Tennessee. Couldn't find any glaciers around here. Big selling Dasani, Aquafina, and 25% of all bottled water sold is just reprocessed tap water from cities around the country. One of Aquafina's sources is the Detroit River. But bottom line, if you buy bottled water because you think it's healthier than tap, test after test shows no evidence of that. And if you buy fancy brands because you think they taste better, you're probably just buying the hype.
Whether you need it or not, it's a virtual medicine cabinet in your tap water if you live in many, many areas across the country. There's a scary new report out today. The Associated Press did a big amount of research on this, and the findings show that there were traces of prescription drugs in the water supply used by 41 million Americans in some of the biggest cities in the U.S. The list includes over-the-counter pain medication, mood stabilizers, even hormones. CNN's Elizabeth Cohen joins us now from the Medical Update Desk in Atlanta. First, explain where they found it and what it is that they found, Elizabeth.
Well, the Associated Press, Karen, they spent 5 months investigating this, and they looked at various municipal water supplies. Not all of them keep track of whether or not there are pharmaceutical